Leo. I'm going to be whispering a little bit because my nephew is taking his test as we speak. But I want to say to you, thank you so much, guys. I fucking adore you, and what's more, you inspire me. I've learned a lot from the Leos in my life, most especially why question yourself or doubt your self worth. It doesn't make any sense. Really, it doesn't get you anywhere. Um, and so I am extremely grateful for you. I'm extremely grateful for the way that you have supported the channel consistently from the beginning. And thank you for being here as Born Without Boundaries grows. So thank you so much, guys. And from the bottom of my heart, I hope that you have a fantastic Thanksgiving. And even if you spend it alone, like, don't get in your mind immediately that means that anything's wrong with your life. It's like you got to start with your own. You got to start loving your own company before you can love anybody else's. And if there's any struggles with loving your own company, this is a good time to work through it. It's also a good time to indulge in the fact that you don't have to share shit. You don't have to, compromise. You make decisions on your own. There's good things about being single and alone too. So many great, wonderful things to be grateful for. Um, let's move on. Let's go on to your reading. Let's just go on. Okay. I know it sounds cliche, but in a lot of ways, Leo, I overuse the phrase blessing in disguise. But ultimately, I would have to say that this is really that. And let me explain to you why. Because something has been taken from you, something that you wanted, and something that you honestly felt like you deserved. Now, your deserving it is not the same thing as you getting it. Because understand that if you have shown your worth, and you have shown your integrity, and you have busted your you know what to achieve something, and it was still taken from you, then you have to understand that your energy was correct, but your aim was wrong. And what is happening now by it being denied to you is like, why are you aiming for this? It was too close. It was too small. It was not the right thing for you. The fact that you have earned it, but the it that you've earned has not been identified yet. But understand that as long as your energy was pure, and long as you had that integrity intact, understand, Leo, that you are going to get a beautiful, wonderful thing. And that's what's coming into your life right now. Now, you were put through the ringer in October, and November that started to clear up a little bit. But ultimately, as the sun goes into Sagittarius and things start to readjust a little bit, especially this weekend, we have a beautiful kind of emotional catharsis this weekend. There's an understanding and an aha moment that's going to come to you guys. And you're going to realize, holy crap, I wouldn't have even kept looking or thought of this unless I hadn't gotten that. And I know that sounds really abstract, but honestly, apply it to your own life, because that's going to be the kind of energy or kind of moment that you're going to be put in by this weekend. Ultimately, there is this calling of, you know, I understand that you guys are impacted by the crowd. A king needs its kingdom, bottom line. And I understand. But what I want to say to you is, this is almost like an aha moment, a realization that whatever the crowd was doing or thinking, there's almost a realization that you don't need that approval, you don't need that validation, and you sure as fuck don't need to fit in. And in some ways, maybe you didn't even realize that a lot of the things that you were working on and working for were almost like meta-conscious decision instead of your own soul decision. So this is like a recalibration of sorts and sort of a restart. Say thank you for those things that you did not receive, but also say thank you for the fact that you've gotten this lesson so that you can now know that, oh my God, my life is actually fantastic, and that it's the things that I didn't know that I wanted or know that I needed, all of a sudden they're showing up to me. There is just this reiteration this week, Leo, that the universe is on your side. Absolutely. Even if, and this is a tricky card. I look at this card and I'm like, what the fuck is this? even if you have to go back, turn around, go back, restart, go back and look within, because Mercury and Venus are both in Scorpio. And that's impacting us all because we're starting to learn things we did not know, and we're starting to feel things that we had oppressed, like, or suppressed inside of ourselves. And so now there's almost like this revolution of, I don't need to suppress this anymore. It's coming to the surface. And ultimately, I'm in a position now where I realize it's not an ugly thing. It's a really beautiful thing. This is also a sense of this maze, is like finding your way. And ultimately a sense of like, wait, it's great to find my way. It's great to have faith. But what the fuck am I doing here to begin with? Do I even need to be in this maze? Do I even need to be wasting my energy on this struggle? That's what I'm trying to say to you. It's like you're walking through a maze right now, right? Because you're intrepidatious, you believe, but ultimately it's almost like you think that you're doing things the easy way or the more responsible way, when you're really just doing things the harder way. Because in reality, you can walk the fuck back outside this damn maze, walk down the block a couple of streets, and there's a bridge that you can use. Don't cost nothing. It's almost like that's what I'm saying. It's not like universe is saying, no, you don't deserve this. But they're saying either go about this a different way or let me redirect that. They're saying, here's the bridge. Why are you working so hard? Why are you struggling so much? You don't have to prove yourself. This is a sense of realizing you don't have to prove yourself. That there is a sense of worth, even when you're all by yourself, all alone, and nobody's looking at you, or your makeup is off, like plain and beautiful. Ultimately, there's a sense of finding that value inside of yourself. And so you're not struggling so hard, which to me ultimately is saying you've been committing yourself too much to the image or the show, which means what people think. Now that's not confidence, and that's not following your heart. That's actually sort of following what everybody else has prescribed. And motherfucker, you are not a follower, okay? You are not born that way. So this is that time for you to remember who the fuck you are, but ultimately also turn back around. It's a sense of you could do this an easier way. Not only could you do it an easier way, you could do it a better way and get there quicker. Prosperity lies ahead. Here's the new moon in Taurus. So this is a beautiful energy of financial abundance coming to you. And ultimately, I think a lot of this has to do with, especially with finances, you may have been spending so much in a specific direction in order to get what you think, in order to get a specific outcome. And then you're realizing, I don't have to even spend that money. I don't even owe that money. What are you talking? That's what's coming through. It's like you're pushing so much of your energy into, well, I don't care what it is, whether it's building a business or a charity. You're just, especially finances, it's almost like you feel like the more you get, the more you have to spend. It's like you owe it somehow. Like your castle has to, as soon as you get an upgrade in finances, you have to upgrade the You don't. The castle's beautiful. The castle's fine. You can keep that money to yourself. You can hold on to it. You can invest it. You can allow it to grow. You could take it as real money or you could take it as a metaphor. Doesn't matter, Leo. Either way, you already have the abundance, right? You just wake up and realize, holy crap, I don't have to keep wasting it. I don't have to keep giving it away. I can take care of myself and I can honor myself. I can eat good food. I can eat healthy things, but I don't have to waste $500 a week on fucking makeup or hair care treatments. I don't have to do it because ultimately I'm beautiful without all that stuff. I'm working towards something that actually makes me healthy. I'm working towards something that actually makes me feel good on the inside, which makes me radiate on the outside. People love me for my shine, okay? Not for my cheek glimmer. That shit is ridiculous. You don't need cheek glimmer. You don't. You have a natural brightness about you, right? And that's what this weekend is making you realize. It's kind of bringing you back to, oh, okay, so much of my energy that's making me feel drained It's making me feel broken, all that stuff. Oh, so much of my energy is being wasted. This is a sense of getting back to balance. And so many of the cards for you are getting back to that balance of realizing where your blessings are, and realizing your natural beauty, and what you really like. It's like realizing your natural blessings and helping you to sort of like recalibrate your energy. This is a really interesting breakthrough. Okay, so celebrate growth and breakthroughs. Yay. Also celebrating yourself, also loving yourself and shining, and bam, so happy, right? Now this comes in. Careful planning, but it's careful planning from this point on. It's careful planning and orchestration of the quality and integrity that really makes you bright and really makes you shine. This is also a sense of, could very well be literally like what you're creating or a show that you're putting on. I don't know what kind of life you guys have, but ultimately there is just this sense of doing something, preparing to do something extremely public. Coming out of deep down inside of yourself. You've always known. You've always been certain, but things got so loud on the outside and then on the inside, trying to keep up with all that blaring noise. So this is that time of quiet and peace where you can hear those small voices again, those things that, I feel like it's more inspiration. I don't think it's whispering, people stabbing you in the back. Even if it was, though, there's that sense, no, not stabbing you in the back. People talking about you, whispering. Shh. It's almost like that's kind of how it's going to come to you. Like you hear something, or you hear a message. You hear somebody saying something that they didn't want you to hear about you. And suddenly it doesn't break you. It doesn't make you feel self-conscious. It makes you have a breakthrough. It's sort of this aha moment of, whoa, not necessarily I didn't know that information, but now I really know about them. Now I really know not to give a fuck. Now I really know that I wasn't wrong all along, and I wasn't being rejected from something that was worthy. I was being rejected from something that wasn't worthy. That kind of thing. Okay. So this is like a sexual coming out, a sexual not revolution, but maybe being extremely sexually not suppressed anymore, like being open. This could speak to showing somebody for the first time in a long time how much you care, how much you're in love, showing somebody sensuality, getting really close with your partner. It could also be coming out of the fucking closet. Whatever it is, it's like through your sexual fire, that sacral energy that sits in your gut. It's just this essence of bringing you back to life. So that could very well be, if you have spent a lot of time alone, there was some sort of isolating burden on your shoulders, too much time by yourself. And it's almost like, even if this isn't love, it doesn't matter. What matters is there's that it's healing through sex. I'm just going to say it. So it doesn't matter. It could be with your husband or wife, could be with your long-term girlfriend or boyfriend. It could be with just a hookup. What is wonderful about it is it is through your physicality, through your sexuality, you have this big old fucking breakthrough. It helps. It helps. Why does it help? Because sometimes it's not about thought. For you guys right now, it's not about thought. It's about action. It's about cleansing through action. It's about getting back into activity. It's about remembering who the fuck you are by doing what you do. Not by thinking about it or understanding your feelings, but by doing what you do. And this is that sense of just like, well, I'm going to say it, jumping back up on that pony. Okay, now that could be really beautiful too, right? With your long-term partner. Who the fuck knows? Right? Just getting back into that sensuality, like having a sexual breakthrough. Maybe because you've needed it for a while. Okay. So we have here in the past, freedom is yours. This could be literal freedom. This is Aquarius energy. So think rebellious, rebelling against anything that tried to make you captive. And sometimes, think, let's continue the metaphor. The king is a captive of their own kingdom. That sense of everybody expecting things from you, everybody needing things from you. You're running the show, but it's its own kind of. Take it from a fucking small business owner. It's a blessing, but it's its own kind of cage, because now you're responsible for everything. So there's this sense of breaking free from that. Finally, being free, having burdens taken off your shoulders. I mean, it could play out in a variety of different ways. Kids could be moving away and going on their own and getting their own job, or you could have just broken up with somebody and say, like, sayonara, bitch. There's a lot of different ways that your freedom is returning, but ultimately your freedom is returning. It's coming in the sense of just being able to be free. Free in terms of your emotions too, in terms of your desires, like what it is that you really want, not having to be caged anymore. Right? You could have just broken through in terms of your business. You could have just broken through on the other side of, hey, I can take Fridays off now. I can go golfing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like I know that I've done the hard work. I know that I'm financially secure. I don't have to keep up this craziness. I don't have to keep getting lost. I don't have to keep earning this. I actually now just have to enjoy what I've earned, because it's almost like something that you've been busting your ass on for a long time has finally gotten itself to a point where it will run itself as long as you keep checking on it. But you're finally emotionally able to be like, yes, I am there. I did do that. It will run on its own. I will keep checking on it, but I don't have to be worried. It's like freedom from carefree, freedom from worry, freedom from struggle. Learn from your past is looking at me in the So essentially, there's this moving forward based on mistakes that you've made in the past, or just a sense of what you've done in the past has earned you the freedom of the present. Ooh, this is Taurus energy too. It's almost like recognizing that you don't want to make the same mistake with somebody again. That sense of like, let somebody go, let somebody be free, or they let you go, let you be free. A sense of not being scared of freedom and not insisting upon ownership or boundaries, but ultimately, Leo, instead realizing I did that before and I fucked up. So I'm not doing that again. This time around, I'm just going to have confidence in my time and my space, and whoever wants to share it with me when they want to share it, that's going to be totally cool. Trust in the great mystery. 6 + 5, babes. It means awakening. So ultimately, you are handing yourself over to what is unseen and what you do not understand, and realizing I don't understand and I don't see everything. But little by little, I'm going to keep in this conversation and I'm going to continue to learn, and little by little more will come to me. I might never know everything, but I'm going to know more than I started out with. So that's kind of like just your leap of faith, as well as just having this all around you, a dive into this new way of being, a dive into it's almost like, I'm telling you right now, it's almost like this whale was stuck in SeaWorld and he finally got out. So it's like diving into your freedom. Now, for some reason, that could have intimidated you and you could have held back. It could have taken you a while to adjust, and I'm sure that it has for many of you, adjusting to kind of feeling weird, like if things have shifted, or because you're a fixed sign, man. You're the constant light that we depend on. So there is a sense of, feeling like you can't move around, or feeling like you are stuck, and then feeling like something bad has happened to you when you're suddenly untethered. And then all of a sudden realizing, no, I'm just going to like completely jump into this no obligation thing. I'm gonna completely go into it and go with the flow and see what it teaches me, because it's more about learning for you right now. You see clearly now. Oh, this is Aquarius energy too. There's some sort of Aquarius energy here. This I gotta say, it's rebellion. It's rebelling against what people have said, rebelling against the common tide, like seeing things very clearly and refusing to go along with those things that don't make any sense to you. And what's wonderful and what's so filled with integrity about you guys is that you're not asking people to follow you, though they might just end up following you. You're not asking people to follow you. You're just like, no, this is about me. Owl spirit, Leo. All right. Let's see what these blessings are. Watch your words. This is Gemini energy. You're about to hear from somebody that you haven't heard from in a while. They're about to call your ass up. Filled with love. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of compliments. There's a lot of intentionally chosen words, like expressing, thinking about what you say before you say it, and then just sort of like, I'm going to choose one more card. I just want to see a little bit, because watch your words is kind of like parrot energy, just saying what needs to be said. This is like, yeah, okay. So be at home. This is being uncomfortable in your own skin. And this is let it shine. But this is sort of like feeling trapped. And this is Taurus energy, overcome any obstacle, feeling stuck. So all of this is feeling stuck. So ultimately, because all these clarified this. So it seems like you've been holding back what you've been feeling, not being able to tell the truth, or feeling like you can't tell the truth, or feeling like something is being forced upon you. So ultimately there is this sense of like, hold on. So this could very well be, this is definitely stuck energy, right? Stuck energy. It could very well be financially stuck too. So there is that sense of like, it's almost like you trying to express yourself, or you wanting to express yourself, would have negatively impacted the way that you make money, and the way that you make money. So this is a sense of like, having to be really, really self-conscious, or really cautious about what you say, and basically constantly like watch your words, and only celebrate or talk about love. So, but I think this is what you're getting free from. I think you're getting free from this kind of like punishment that has been put on you because of something that you said or something that you did, but also a sense of you lifting that punishment from yourself. Because did you say those things because you really believe them? And maybe you did. But also, did you say those things to get attention, or to attract attention, or to be shocking, or to prove yourself to a group of people? See, I really do believe this. I really do believe. Okay, you don't have to sometimes say it out loud. You just have to live your truth. So there is a sense of coming back into balance with this sense of, I don't have to constantly throw myself on an open spitfire to prove that I'm brave. I'm fucking brave just because I fucking show up. That's kind of what this is. Let's go to our angel messages. Now, there is always an extended. Please go check that out. The link is below. I'm going to articulate like the details and like the 3D specifics about all this energy that's over in tarot. So please follow the link below in the description box and head on over there, or stay a while to listen to my angel messages, because they have their own voice and they're so worth it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do subscribe. Also click that notification bell so that you know when I go live and when I upload all the new content. I make a brand new Leo video for every single Friday. So be sure you click that bell so that you can get notified as soon as that uploads. If you want access to the extended a day before, the link goes up on YouTube, then please go to Vimeo. And once you go to Vimeo, you can subscribe directly to Vimeo and then get access to that before everybody. Get access to all the content over there before everybody. And then ultimately I do 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, a live reading, daily tarot card reading, which I invite you to join me for over on my Instagram page. That is born_without_boundaries. I hope to see you there. So let's look at the angel messages that came out. The first ones in my face are transformation, Through the great love that holds you in its embrace, you are moment by moment transforming to ever greater light, ever greater oneness, and ever greater wisdom. So this is about growing and realizing, holy shit, I was doing those things without even realizing I was doing them. And the reason why I was doing them really wasn't good enough. And it was actually degrading me. And I was taking the hits. I was taking those punches basically just to show how strong I am for people that don't even give a fuck that much about me. And it's like, listen, I don't have to be getting brutalized or in the octagon every fucking day to prove how brave and strong I am. Next time I fight, I'm going to fight only when it's really important. Blue angel, I, Archangel Michael, am here by your side. I am all around you and will forever protect you. Remember this whenever you feel fearful. I love you. All is well. Letting somebody stand up and help you and recognizing that you were never alone and somebody was always in your corner. Protection, you are safe. Also, warrior, something to do with warrior, especially if you've been battling a lot. Struggling a lot, or finding yourself in a lot of verbal discourse or fights a lot. Protection, you are safe, do not fear. We are with you always and surround you always with our invisible wings of light. I just had this feeling like you're going to come out in a good place. Heart song. What is your heart saying? Stop and listen. Your truth lies within the empty spaces between your thoughts. Your truth shines through from within your soul. Your truth is that which is eternal and unchanging. Your truth is love. It's almost like deciding that you're not going to be arguing anymore. It's like refusing to get sucked into an argument that really is just an endless bit of craziness that doesn't get you anywhere. Creative potential. You are by nature infinitely creative. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all your heart's desires. So where you're not wasting that energy, proving your manliness, your masculinity, your validity, where you're not, because we all have masculinity and manliness. It doesn't matter if we're man or women, right? So there's a sense of once you stop wasting all your freaking time on that, all of a sudden you have all this beautiful creative potential. And it's like, how much can I do? Look at all that I can do. My possibilities are limitless. Let's go over into tarot and get the skimming, get the details and figure out what's the way forward. That link is below. I'll see you guys over there.